Right, so people, I'm doing this video now. Don't know when it's going to be uploaded or taken off private. Um, so I'm just gonna warn you now. This video may contain swearing and shit. There you go. Um, but this video is just to get things off my chest about why my feelings behind TNA. And I'm not calling it Impact Wrestling because that's retarded. It's called TNA. So if you don't like any of the things I'm saying, tough. Don't. And before you say anything, if you hate it so much, why are you watching? I don't watch Impact. I haven't watched Impact in ages. I haven't watched a TNA pay-per-view start to finish since 2009 Hard Justice. I gave up after that pay-per-view. TNA, I was done. TNA insulting my intelligence. I know what's going on because I watch Full Kills videos, Impact Wrestling reviews, and I find them more entertaining than Impact. And he's not an idiot, okay? He knows what he's talking about. So if he says Impact was good, I might check it out. But it's going to have to take Impact to be good 2-3 weeks in a row for me to give that company a chance. So I'm just going to quickly go through the roster and just name some of the guys that I actually like. Because believe it or not, as much as I hate this company, I hope that it dies soon. I do like a lot of the guys, and it annoys me that they ain't getting the chances that they deserve. So, from a few years ago, one of them, AJ Styles, one of my favourite wrestlers. Alex Shelley is probably in my top 3. Austin Aries is great. Bobby Roode, Chris Sabin, Crimson, Pope, Doug Williams, James Storm. Who else is on this roster? Magnus, Angle. Let's say 11, I think. Let's see. Samoa Joe. He's so that's like 12 guys there that I've named off that I really do enjoy watching. But the biggest problem that I have, apart from this bullshit that's going on at Bound for Glory, is Samoa Joe and how he's been booked. Samoa Joe is the easiest person that I could possibly think that you could book. He is. Just let him Joe be heel. Because look at him, Joe just is a badass. Even this Nation of Violence, which the whole thing that they could have done, that was awesome. But it just was booked shittily to the end. But the whole Nation of Violence, that he was taking no prisoners. That's what they keep doing. They have to keep repackaging Joe and failing because you start off okay, he starts killing people, but then for some reason he goes on this ridiculous losing streak, and we've gone from Joe gets cheered. Don't get me wrong, Joe is over for the fact he is Samoa Joe, but you don't hear Joe's gonna kill you. Joe's gonna kill you. No, you don't hear that because even the TNA mouthbreather planted fans that they have in the crowd don't believe Joe to be as much of a badass as he once was in. I don't know, I'm only saying this because I only started watching TNA in 2008, but even in 2008 Joe was still pretty badass. And don't get me wrong here, if these guys I'm not saying I want to see these guys in WWE because I don't think people, especially people like the Motor City Machine Guns, my favourite guys, I don't think they'd go over in WWE. Yeah, they'd be over like Evan Bourne is, but let's see, it's taken how many years for Evan Bourne to get a title push, and even then, don't tell me Evan Bourne is over. Evan Bourne is not over. Evan Bourne's finisher is over. That's the move that everybody wants to see him hit. Don't get me wrong, I like Evan Bourne. I think he does some good spots. But he is not over. His finisher is over. Um, say another reason. Oh yeah. Do you remember a couple of years ago when TNA used to talk about having the best tag team division in the world, and you know what? You couldn't. You if you're an ROH fan, you could argue it. But I don't watch ROH, but you could argue it. We had LAX, Beer Money, LAX Beer Money, Machine Guns, the British Invasion. And there's Team 3D. 2010 TNA. Who have we got? Mexican America. Who? Oh, Anarchia. Can they keep him muted? Put something in his mouth so he doesn't talk. But why are we having TNA do this same tag team shit that they do in WWE? We're having Rinky Dink just go, you make a tag team. Again, like I said, I'm not watching TNA, but I have an idea of where the storylines are going. Excuse me. But I know that Pope and Devon were feuding, and what? Now they're hugging it out because they won a match. This storyline that they had was bullshit to begin with, because for some reason Devon didn't want Pope around his kids, but he never gave an explanation why he didn't want Pope around his kids. And Pope never did anything wrong. Pope only wanted him to be a role model. It's stupid. You know what? I'm not even going to touch the women's division. All I gotta say, if you live in the UK, there's a program, well, you're American, either that. Program Big Brother. On our version of Big Brother, we have a woman who is a wrestler. She has been on TV. So, I am going to make this assumption now. I'm going to call it now to the heavens. I'm going to call it now. That when TNA comes over here next year, she will at least have a match. She will appear in some way, shape or form to announce TNA has signed her, or that she's having a tryout match. Either way, she is going to be on that show. And in case you didn't know, she's not that good. Granted, she is better than some of the guys that WWE have, women wrestlers. But then again, that's like saying you're the most attractive person in the Burns, you, isn't it? Or you're an international footballer for Scotland. It's not really an achievement. And I think this is the biggest thing that why TNA pisses me off, is the booking. And this is the main reason why I don't watch. This is actually the main reason why. And I have to keep saying this because I know that in each video, if I do not say this, someone's going to bitch about it. Wrestling is fake. Okay? I know that's not stupid. I'm not stupid. But you have to, if you do not if you do not pretend it is real, you're a douchebag for watching it. Because you know this shit's fake. Why are you watching all the sweaty naked men grope each other? Because that's kind of gay. Okay? But and the storylines are retarded. But if you do not pretend that it's real, there is no point watching it. So, when I can disable my disbelief to a certain extent before it becomes to the point that I feel that you are insulting my intelligence. And this is what TNA does on a weekly basis. insult my intelligence, and when you insult my intelligence, you're pissing me off. Because I'm not a mouth breather like a lot of the TNA fans are. Okay? I don't I've got people telling me, oh, I watch TNA because this swearing and there's blood. And they do chair shots to the head. One, WWE banned chair shots because, let's face it, you can cause brain damage. If you're good at that, I have no problem with banning chair shots. Two, if you really, how old are you? Are you 10? Where you're listening and watching something because it's got like a microsecond of swearing in? Reassess your life. 3, blood. Blood. That's why you watch it. Here's a knife. Get your wrist and just cut yourself. Because if blood apparently turns you on as much as that you need to see blood, and that's why you don't watch WWE. Kill yourself, die, you won't be missed. Mouth breathers. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, this whole thing, TNA, feels good to the after chest because this company has pissed me off too long to the point now. I'm done, and I hope that I've called it. My friend has called it. He says 12 months. I'm giving it 18 months. He was talking to me the other day. He's like, "Yo, TNA is still around." I'm giving it 18 months. We have one after this. Oh shit! Sorry, I forgot. There we go. That was me thinking that this video was over. A year. After this year, we have one more Bound for Glory. I'm calling it one more Bound for Glory, and that company's gone. But this is the biggest thing. So again, I've not said this before, but this, the biggest pay-per-view of the year. TNA's biggest pay-per-view of the year. Bound for Glory. Their WrestleMania, where they are supposed to put. Obviously, WWE doesn't. It's not always the best pay-per-view of the year. Okay. We know that, but it's supposed to be built around where you have the storylines, and this is the ultimate payoff. The shit you have been building up for a long time. If you're building up this for months, and this is the climax, and this is where you want it to be the payoff, and it's supposed to be something epic, or at least it gives you some sort of closure to it all. But in their WrestleMania, they are doing Sting versus Hulk Hogan. And before you TNA mouth breathers come to tell me, but WWE had these old guys. WWE did Chris Jericho against Superfly and then Steamboat and Piper. But hey, Jericho could still go. Jericho is young enough, he could go. And Ricky Steamboat showed that he could still go. Obviously, I'm not saying I watch him in matches all the time, but, you know, for that, at his age, that is good. Or say that, oh, but not Triple H, Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair. Ric Flair's retirement match, Shawn Michaels could still go. The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels twice. Again, them two could still go. Sting hasn't put on a good match since AJ Styles at Bound for Glory, and Hulk Hogan can barely walk. And this is the company you're supporting. You know what? Fuck TNA, I'm done. This company is gonna die. 18